I keep getting these texts on my phone. This phone, I thought it knew my algorithm. It seems that it doesn't know I don't give a fuck about where the Queen's body is 15 times a day. No, but it arrived in London. Where else would it arrive? No shit.
It's good to know she's got a GPS tracking device right up until the end.
Right. David Clegg, just somebody I saw on Twitter, he says the Queen wasn't just some politician who got elected. Well, that's actually the best thing if we all pick somebody, right? She was our queen. She represented the best of our history, our culture, traditions, and national character. The monarchy is the heart of the British state and people.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure. I know, on her 96-year-old body. I feel like it was a Weekend at Bernie's thing. Like she's probably been gone for about 5 years now. Mm-hmm. But we're really trying to kick the can down the street to make sure that Charles has the least amount of time on the throne as possible. Which, by the way, I can't help but laugh like a fifth grader every time they say on the throne.
Of course.
He's on the throne. She's on the... I was like, God, I'll never not be a 13-year-old boy.
They're on the throne and Camilla's doing number 2. No, how she died. A lot of people don't talk about how she died. Yeah, it's old age, but she held in one of the farts that she'd blame on the horses. I don't know if you've heard this, and she tried to hold it in. That's how she died. The Queen of England, Aaron. You see the news. You probably already know this, but some people don't. My brother didn't, for example. If the Queen farts, it's a little loose down there. They'd go, "Oh, Your Majesty," and she'd be like, "No, it wasn't me, pip pip," right? And they're like, "Oh, it's probably me in my chair. Maybe it moved. We're not going to embarrass anybody." And she goes, "No, 'tis the horse." And they're like, "Okay, you know what? I didn't even hear nothing." "No, kill the horse." They would kill 12, 14 horses a day based on her farts. The royal horses that you see when you visit that stupid area. It's disgusting. This was a bad person. She would fart and make the guards kill a horse. She didn't eat the meat. She would pretend like, "No, 'tis flatulence inside." Like, it's so, she really they couldn't even make glue out of it. They just buried the fucking horses. That's sick, and something a lot of people don't seem to know. And you see those 4 corgis that she had? They're alive. They're walking around. She demanded they get buried inside her with her. This is a sick woman.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, why do you think she was always surrounded by dogs? You need somebody to blame that on.
She started with 24 dogs, by the way. We're down to 4. She blamed the dogs after the horses. It's sick.
We're going full Egyptian. Everybody's in the tomb with her, And for the record, I want to know what that accent was that you just did.
It is upper English, darling. I did not fart.
Who do you sound? You sound like Anna from Inventing Anna.
Thank you.
That's funny.
The fake woman.
You don't know what it's like to be surrounded by corgis.
I saw somebody write on Reddit, the horses will be slaughtered because the queen shat herself at the end, as is tradition.
It hasn't happened for 70 years, but from what I hear, King Edward really let it rip right in the final hour.
So now, of course, they have a king, and it's King Charles III.
Yeah.
How do we feel
nobody's
about this?
Excited about. I want them to skip over and go right to William.
Right.
I don't know if you can do that.
So Prince Charles is now king. Camilla is the queen, but we don't care when he's alive, it seems. Mm-hmm. Let's see. And by the way, he's 73 and not a wearing it well 73.
Oh, he could be an American president.
Right. They have to change all the
diapers.
They have to change the money.
Diapers.
They have to change the diapers.
They really have to change the money?
Yeah. So do they change it do they act like they're changing it but do it real slow? Because I don't want to have to change it again in a week.
Well, remember we had the Sacagawea coins for a hot second.
Right.
I think that we can go in and out of our money a lot faster than we ever give it credit for. I want to see the picture they go with for Charles for that, what's going to go on the bills. I used to live in England.
Yeah.
I loved it. I would live there again in a heartbeat, but man, they do love their royals.
If it wasn't for this fucking husband of yours.
I know. He's holding me down and he's holding me back. I say that to him every morning as we wake up. I'm like, just remember, you're bringing me down.
That's right.
I saw some little video of the new king, and there's like pens in his way on his desk, and he like does his hand to somebody. I don't know if it's a servant or somebody up high, but he waves the hand so that somebody knows to move these pens out of his way. These are not the Game of Thrones kings that we've been watching.
No, apparently he used to have them iron his shoelaces.
Oh my God.
Which nothing surprises me anymore.
What is that? He's making porn? What could that be?
Why iron your shoelaces? But you also see, I was like, okay, how did that video leak? And why was it being filmed to begin with? Like, what nanny cam is in that office? And you could see that he was like, it's leaking. It's the ink's going everywhere. Damn it. They do this every time. Mommy. And he throws a tantrum.
I was left in shambles, and I have to bring all this back up. You know what? That's why the king in chess only moves one piece at a time. It's kind of worthless.
Yeah. But also I'm like, you've been prepping for this for 5 decades. Yeah. You just know he's sitting in the wings like, she'll go down sooner or later. And when she does, I'll be ready.
Now, Archie and Lilibet, the children of Prince Harry and Meghan, are prince and princesses, these little children. That's not going to be insufferable at school.
Oh God, not at all. But I also thought if they stepped away, if they like abdicated their duties, how does that? I said duties. How does that work? How do they? Right. I don't know.
The Crown, the TV show The Crown, pauses production on season 6, quote, out of respect for the Queen. Why? Because you made her look bad and we got to take a break?
They had to pivot hard. They were like, oh, God, take out the stripper scene, you guys. Take it out.
I mean, it's not a documentary, right?
Take out the part where she says, Philip hasn't gone down on me in 73 years. Take it out. Take it out. They're pivoting hard.
Right. God, you're good at cunnilingus.
You guys, that scene, we got to get it out. We're pausing production. Pausing.
This is absolutely true. Donald Trump tweeted out, I never told anybody, but she knighted me in private. Now, I don't trust this guy as far as I can throw him, but you know what? I believe him. Same thing happened to me.
What does he think being knighted is?
Yes. Whatever happened behind closed doors when she had an audience with him.
Right.
Well, they're the same age. I think they just, had a fun time together, and she's like, I'm knighting you. And he's like,
oh my God, I was like, are they really the same age?
I mean,
she looked terrible.
Aren't they like, what? How old is she? 95?
96. And
he's like 82.
73. He's young.
Well, he drinks the blood of children to try to keep
his... He's 20 years younger than her.